Hey, what's up, y'all? Peace and blessings. Your boy MVP, most valuable prophet, the God-fearing radical black Puerto Rican man, and God for the Bones for Life starter, current on Bridgeport CT. Folks, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share to MVP, most valuable prophet ministry on YouTube. And I must tell you, I want to tell everyone that the Lord has been really speaking to me. And this season right now is very intentional. It's very specific. It's very detailed. And what I love about the Lord is that He regurgitates the same message repeatedly, like making this the emphasis. And as I'm reading the book of Deuteronomy right now, the Lord showed me repeatedly to obey my commands, walk in my ways. Now we have seen in our society, in the sinful world that we're in, there's a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of contradictory among people in the world. Churches, even churches of America, or churches nowadays, has become very popular but unbiblical. There's been a lot of disingenuous people. There's a lot of disingenuous folks that are not being true to themselves, and most are not being true to the Word of God. And what the Lord was showing me is that obey my commands, walk in my ways. No matter what goes on in the world, wherever you are, being the home as the sanctuary, the foundation, as the ministry is the home. And wherever I'm going, the Lord's with me. The Lord's telling me, obey my commands, walk in my ways. And He's really emphasizing that to me because there's a lot of disgraceful behaviors that's so disrespectfully flagrant. And these transgressions is so candidly wrong as far as just the act that's being committed, the way of thinking, how toxic one's behavior is, the attitudes, and just how they carry themselves, and just the contradictory of policies that's so hypocritical. And the Lord kept telling me, obey my commands, walk in my ways. And what I love about the Word of God is that the Word of God is what it stands for. For the Word never comes back void. And as I'm driving home from work today, the Lord showed it to me again in the New Testament. Because see, what happens is that you have folks that would dismiss the Old Testament, say, well, we don't do that anymore. We do the New Testament. Well, when you're saying you don't do, when you say that you dismiss the Old Testament, or we don't do the Old Testament no more, then you're disregarding God. Because God gets glorified in the Old and the New Testament. And let me explain what the Lord showed me that harmonizes the command. In the Gospel of John, the Lord made it very clear. If you love me, obey my commandments. It's that simple. So the Old and New Testament harmonize together. It doesn't contradict. And true, mature, God-fearing people know that the Word of God harmonizes. It doesn't contradict. There's no controversy. And I'm so grateful that during this moment, as I started my new job last week, and this new journey that I'm in, the Lord kept focusing to me. He kept on focusing on me about the importance of obey my commands, walk in my ways. The Lord's zeroing in this message onto me. And because there's going to be a lot of things out there that I'm going to be exposed to, was in social media, in my community, job placement, as far as the setting, wherever I'm at. There's going to be things I'm exposing to. And the Lord's going to show it to me. And one of my favorite words in the Bible is discernment. This is what the Lord said to me. Obey my commands, walk in my ways. Discern what's of me and what's not of me. For you know my truth, you stand tall in my truth. And the New Testament confirms it as well. Jesus told the disciples, if you love me, obey my commands. But that should be everyone's goal. Obey the Lord's commands, walk in his way. I know that's something that the Lord made it very personal with me about. And I'm very grateful that the Lord is speaking to me, because it's so important for me as a God-fearing man to continuously obey the Lord's commandments, walk in his way. And Jesus made it very clear to me in the New Testament, if you love me, obey my commands. So I'm encouraging people, obey the Lord's commands, walk in his ways. Don't be lukewarm. Don't be phony. Don't be disingenuous. Don't be a sincere sinner and justify wrong and then try to praise on a Sunday, because that's a no-no. Because those going to expose you for being a false prophet, false teacher, false person, teaching false doctrines. Don't you do it. Do right for the Lord. Obey his commands, walk in his ways. The Lord made it very clear to me, because there's going to be a lot of exposure out there that's going to try to derail me from God's plan that he has restored upon me through Jesus. So I encourage people, read the Old and the New Testament. The Lord makes it very clear. Obey my commands, walk in my ways. And y'all know the truth of God. For those who truly honor Jesus Christ, you know the word of God, you know the commands in the Old Testament and the New Testament. Do right by the Lord. Be right by the Lord. Because he's going to be coming. And he's going to be coming when you least expect it. Be ready. With that being said, folks, subscribe, comment, like, and share to MVP Most Vibrant Prophet Ministry on YouTube. Love you guys. God bless you guys. Till next time. Peace and blessings.